Hi, good morning. Afternoon. It's almost noon here in Florida. This is my weekly podcast, Astrology podcast. I'm Jody Shirami. This is Astro Podcast, and this is Friday, May 22nd. How is everyone feeling today? We are in the very last stretch of May, and we are in Gemini season since the 20th, which was Wednesday. As you know, today's the 22nd, and we are heading into the last of May next weekend. On the 31st, it will be a full moon next Sunday. Not this Sunday, next Sunday. It will be a full moon in Sagittarius, and I will talk a lot about that next Friday. But for this week, we are very busy with the planets doing all kinds of things that is just... That's why I was saying last week was the last week we could really have some peace. And then this week that just went by, as you can see, as Gemini came in, everything was just moving quite quickly, and you had to keep up with it. And it was quite frenzy. I would tell you that this week I've done more things in this week than I thought I could do in a week. And that is the season of change coming right now. Venus in Cancer is going to be squaring the Aries Neptune. And what does that mean? Means that Venus in Cancer, where she loves being here, by the way, her Venus wants us to do something with Aries Neptune, meaning there's a lot of creative energy that we need to spend on today, and it will really help you too because of the Aries energy. And Neptune in the Aries energy means that we can get things, our projects kind of done quickly and really dreamy and very creative. And then the Gemini Sun today is going to conjunct Gemini Uranus, and that is a very powerful conjunction. And this is really an air sign meeting up with the ruler of Aquarius, where Pluto is. This is a very big deal. And then Gemini Mercury today is going to sextile Aries Saturn, and that again is bringing up long-term thoughts, ideas, work, and things that has to do with transportation here is being reviewed by Saturn. And then tomorrow on Saturday, the Virgo Moon is here. Leo Moon leaves and Virgo Moon enters tomorrow on Saturday, the 23rd, and trines Mars in Taurus. And this is a great time for slow, steady work with Mars here in Taurus. And Taurus again is a slower moving earth energy, and this energy will go towards what Venus wants, which is Venus is in Gemini now. And what we really want here is more communication, more truth, more honesty. Big talker here, big thoughts also. And then the first quarter moon takes shape tomorrow night, and quarter moons are the beginning of that new moon in Virgo heading into a quarter moon, and then eventually it's going to be a full moon. So now we need to begin editing our work, our projects, and then hopefully by the time the Virgo full moon arrives, we will be finishing up on that. And then on the 24th, which is Sunday, the Gemini Sun is going to sextile Aries Neptune. This is a stellar day for inspiration, creativity, and it's also a great day for kindness, because the Gemini Sun meeting up with Neptune here is bringing in a lot of kindness and empathy, besides us being able to work on our projects in Gemini here. And then on the 25th, Libra Moon moves in here, and Virgo Moon is gone with that quarter moon. And the Libra Moon here is going to trine Aquarius Pluto. So here we're going to check in with our emotions and the finer print that's going on that we might be seeing and not seeing. We're going to check over those finer prints and really check out the details and the plans of what's going on here with Pluto here. Pluto wants us to really make sure it's clean, because again, Pluto does not do things halfway, so they want it clean here, okay? And then we're going to head into the 26th, and that dreaded square between Taurus Mars and Aquarius Pluto occurs. This day on the 26th, 23, 24, Tuesday, Mars and Pluto square each other. And Mars is in an earth sign and Pluto's in an air sign. So this is very combustible, aggressive, angry energy, pushing us to really get rid of things that no longer serve our future self. And humans do tend to hang on to things because that's what the moon represents, is the moon is always going backwards. So we're always thinking of the past with the moon, wherever the moon is moving backwards, and the moon's nodes are karmic. So here we have a lot of karmic energy coming out that we have to really face. And Taurus Mars, again, is long-term fixed energy. And Pluto is also in a fixed sign of Aquarius. So they're having a square, which means there's a lot of energy in that square, just like Mars squaring Pluto, which is what's happening. So this square, we really need to maintain calm as the energy gonna peak probably before it even occurs. You're gonna start to feel it probably on Monday. Well, probably this weekend, actually. And then it's going to begin this motion that wants you to change things. And it's being called upon by Aquarius and Pluto. And again, we're heading into the Aquarius season. So here with Mars in Taurus, recently there, meeting up, having a conversation with Aquarius and Pluto about the changes that are needed. And you can see the world really does need some changes. And Mars and Taurus has the energy to do it slow and steady. And Pluto, again, wants it changed. It doesn't like the way things are going in the universe, the way Mother Earth is being tortured, basically. And we're heading into a new El Nino year where the oceans are very, very hot in the Pacific. And again, I talked about that last week. It has to do with all the ring of fire, the volcanic activity over there. I mean, for a volcano to erupt underwater in the ocean, then make it up to the sky with a water fissure, it's really kind of crazy underneath the ocean right now in the Pacific. Then the Gemini Sun is going to trine Aquarius Pluto on the same day. So here things are going to get real about your ideas, the things that matter to you, focusing on results. So Pluto is very active today on the 26th. It's going to square Mars, and then it's going to do this with the moon. So Pluto, again, is activated every time a planet shifts around and hits that 4 or 5 degrees, or 3 or 4 degrees where it's at. And it is retrograde. Pluto is retrograde right now. So it is moving back to 4 or 3 degrees of where it started. It will move back to the 2nd degree of Aquarius where it started, and then slowly move back again. And again, Pluto is a planet that is retrograde for 5 or 6 months of each year. So everything to do with Pluto is 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Just remember that, especially now with Mars activating Pluto. So some of the things we put our energy into, we might be like, well, you know, now that I've looked at under the scrutiny of Pluto, maybe I want to take that activity back. Maybe it's too stressful for me. Maybe I can't really do it. And then on the 27th, Libra Moon is going to square Cancer Jupiter. So here is a day where we need to find some peace and quiet. And it would behoove you to do that on Wednesday, especially as the Mars-Pluto square is active. And Mars won't be moving out of there, that that square, for a few days, maybe weeks. Because Mars is there for a while. Mars only comes back every 2 years. So with Mars won't be back in this spot again for another 2 years. But as Mars is moving along, it will make some serious conjunctions and things to the outer planets. Wait till Mars meets up with Uranus when it shifts into Gemini from Taurus. And that will be occurring around June. And then we head into August. And then when Mars enters Leo, and then the South Node shifts into Leo, it's going to be quite a rockin' summer, okay? And then the Gemini Sun is going to trine Aquarius Pluto, where we need to get real and get serious about what it is we're doing here, what it is we're trying to achieve. And Gemini Sun, again, is the core. When the sun's activated, it's always about the core. And where's Gemini in your chart? Is it your third house, your second house? And this is where it's going to get real for you. And you need to get those ideas out, because this matter, we are focusing with Pluto again onto a new world, a new change, and new thoughts, new ideas that we can go forward in the future that we can all agree upon. And then on the 27th, Libra Moon is going to square Cancer, Jupiter. And again, a square means there's energy in there between Libra Moon and Jupiter, right? And here we have an air sign squaring a water sign. And so we find serenity here in terms of the energy that we have trapped here is going to bring us serenity, because the moon is Libra. That is the person who keeps the peace. Have peace today. If you really focus on it, if you really want it, you will have peace today. And then the Scorpio moon is going to enter after all of this stuff with Pluto happening, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So Scorpio moon here is going to enter with passion, intensity to get things done. Yeah, it's going to be excited because Pluto is in Aquarius, an air sign. And so Scorpio here has a powerful participation in the changes of the universe, because again, Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto, and with Mars Taurus squaring Aquarius Pluto today, and then Scorpio moon coming in, really is highlighting that need to dig deep and into your 8th house, which is what Scorpio rules, and find out who your hidden enemies are and how you're going to make a lot of money through certain things. Because Pluto rules over billions, not millions. Saturn rules over millions. And then on the 28th, Cancer Venus, which is Thursday, Cancer Venus is going to square Aries Saturn. So Venus squaring Saturn, again, we're talking about our values and what it is that we like, we love, what it is that we need to survive. But Venus, again, rules over all things beauty, over relationships as well. With Cancer Venus, we're dealing with the home, the mom, the matriarchy. And so this is an aggravating day for work, because Venus is our values, and Aries is this push energy that's raw, right? And Saturn here, Saturn is pushing you to really get your values together, and not understanding what values are. You need to really dig deep, because Saturn is going to whip you into shape here with this. You need to find quiet time to meditate, to think about what it is that you need to change here with Venus and Saturn. And you got to really figure that out, because again, Venus in Cancer is getting ready to meet up with Jupiter as well. And this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful gift for Cancer people. Although it's Gemini, Cancer is the second house of Gemini, so Geminis also will be profiting from this. But get ready for that. It's going to be a nice time. And then on the 29th, which is next Friday, the Scorpio moon is going to trine Cancer Jupiter. So this is going to help you to look beyond yourself for answers. You're going to look outward, because Jupiter is, again, about the outer, bigger picture, and it is a loving, giving planet. But everything Jupiter does is supersized. Next Saturday, the moon will be entering Sagittarius as it prepares for the new moon on Sunday the 31st. A full moon, blue moon, because it's 2 full moons in May. And the first one was Scorpio full moon. And then we had the new moon that just went by. And now we're having the Sagittarius full moon next Sunday. And this Monday is Memorial Day in America. So thank you to all the vets and all the military for protecting us and keeping us safe. And I think that as we shift into June, it's going to get crazy. This week that we just went through was crazy. In terms of next week, my dailies, I will go deeply into some of these things that are happening daily because it is going to be a big deal. And the full moon coming up is a big deal. So this whole week is leading up to the full moon in Sagittarius, and full moons are about completions in something, right? And so in Sagittarius, that completion, it's ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter's in Cancer. And Jupiter is exalted here, loves being here, and Venus also loves being here. So Venus and Jupiter together, and they're getting ready to meet up next week. I believe in June it's going to meet up with each other, which is going to be next week. Next Monday. Monday is going to be June 1st. Schools are getting out, people are graduating. So this is where Pluto comes in with things you've gone through, changes. You've gone through the fire, you have come out on top, you have graduated, you have passed your finals. So these are the times that occur during Gemini season because Geminis rule our communication and our mind. Our higher minds ruled by Uranus, which is Aquarius, and that's why Pluto in Aquarius is making you change those higher minded thoughts you might have that you've been holding on to since forever. When humans are involved, it never seems to go according to the ideas. The ideals can't get through, right? So this is why Uranus in Gemini is a huge transit for 7 years, because this is where we begin to use our mind in the third house and communicate with people in our family and people outside around us in school. So this is a huge deal for 7 years, in that our thinking has to change and will change with Pluto in Aquarius ruling over Uranus. Pluto is being ruled by Uranus, right? And Uranus is being ruled by Mercury. And what's the higher octave of Mercury? Uranus in Gemini. When you connect the dots and you start to really look at all the evidence and think and have thoughts that are your own, then you can survive what's going on. This Mars square is so powerful that a lot of astrologers have made videos just for that. Mars is pure energy in Aries and in Scorpio. Fire, water. Pluto only is in Scorpio. And Pluto is the dwarf planet. I talk about dwarf planets. Dwarf planets are very powerful because they're so far away. As you can imagine, when they move, that signal from way out there takes a little time to get into us. But once it does, it stays for a long time too. Mars is the god of war. So with Mars fighting with Pluto, that is a combustible energy, like, again, a nuclear bomb. Pluto rules over nuclear energy, so Scorpio does as well. This energy is so strong that I am sensing there's going to be something happening in the earth as well. It's long-lasting energy. This is a fixed sign. Look at my flowers. It's a fixed sign. So this energy is going to ripple through the earth, through our core, coming from Aquarius fixed Pluto. So we have both fixed signs, Taurus earth and Aquarius air. They're both fixed. And they're going to meet up and they're going to have this square, this box, and there's energy in that box. It's a padded room with Mars and Pluto here. And the Scorpio moon is going to be coming in as well. So we're going to have a lot of explosive energy coming up as the work week begins. We're going to start to feel this square probably today. What you should do is meditate, remain calm. Yesterday, the Sun, Gemini, had a meeting with Uranus in Gemini. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to be too crazy today. But just one thing happened and I was screaming. And then afterwards I was like, holy cow. And that's what's going on with Gemini Uranus in the air. It's quick moving. Our internet could get affected here with Mars squaring Pluto. A lot of information could come out about the Earth, because we just had NOAA come out with the hurricane forecast. So something is going to happen this week, and I don't know what. A lot of us don't know, but most of us feel it's going to be seismic for all of us. So the only way I can tell you to be careful is to remember when you feel that little, take a deep breath. Before you start screaming, take a deep breath. Before you hurt yourself in the car, stop. And be careful. Play defense when you're in the real world. When you're going out in the world, if you have to interact with people, if you have to drive, play defense. Defense is very important right now. Thank you for being here for this week, and happy Gemini season, and happy end of May. And I'll be back Monday on the 29th, and then we will talk about that beautiful new blue moon. To my spiritual children, I love you. Take care of yourself, okay? And I'll talk to everyone soon. I'll be back next week. Mwah. I love you guys. Peace and love.